On this episode of Overthinkr, we've got Mike Bolt from Final Draft Taphouse and Eldy Prado from El Viejon. We've got special gifts, special guests, an awards ceremony, and we're talking about sweaty beers, dirty hands, and beautiful beaches on this episode of Overthinkr. I don't know how, but they found us. This is Overthinkr. We're live from Vice Beer in Vancouver, Washington, our mothership, our home base when we're not out on the road. And this is put on by ZZeppelin. It's a podcast that's kind of about beer, but kind of not.
Hell yeah.
Got two rad guests with us tonight. Want to introduce the board shredding, pint slinging, jiggly wiggly shaking beermeister of Vancouver, Mike Bolt, is with us.
How's it going? Thanks for having me here. This
doing great.
This is cool.
Yeah, stoked to have you on this. We also have with us the taco champion of the world, the intercontinental taco champion of the world, Eldy Prado of El Viejon. How you doing, Eldy?
Hey, hip. And let me specify, we went with the taco, and we also went with the burger. So that means we have both worlds.
Yeah, you're jumping right into it.
We dominated both worlds up there, right there.
Jumping right into it. So if you listen to our last episode, we were previewing Portland Beer Week 2 weeks ago with Jess from Brewhouse. If you're watching on YouTube, Mike's got the Brewhouse hat on.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He also appropriately has the taco earrings.
Yeah, taco earring, yeah.
If you haven't tuned into us on YouTube yet, Mike's taco earrings are the reason you should check us out on YouTube and subscribe there. So we were talking about Portland Beer Week last week and just previewing all of the events. Two of, I think, the most marquee events of the week are an event called Snack Down. That event basically puts eateries, chefs together with brewers for a snack and beer pairing event held above Loyal Legion in their Evergreen Room. And of course, the name suggests, Snack Down, it's all like 80s and 90s wrestling themed. So everybody dresses up like pro wrestlers from the 80s and 90s. And that's a super fun event. We'll talk about those results in a second. The other event that we're going to talk about is the Burger Brawl, burger and beer pairing event. Also, a marquee event that had 5 breweries paired with 5 eateries, again, making a burger and beer combo thing. Both of these are burger and beer pairing events. Spoiler alert, El Viejon and Vice Beer won both of them. Which is pretty awesome. Pretty phenomenal. We'll revisit that in a second. What I'm excited about in this conversation, there's a lot I'm excited about to cover today, and I know that like this is going to be like the quickest 90 minutes that's ever flown by on this podcast because I know both of you well. I feel like I could talk to both of you for an hour and a half and it feel like 5 minutes pretty darn easily. So that said, I think where I want to start is, Mike, you curate an incredible tap list in Vancouver, Washington at Final Draft. It is top tier tap list in the Pacific Northwest is what it is. And
appreciate that.
So Mike has a palate for beer, and Eldy is an incredible chef. So even here right now, we have a pretty incredible beer and food pairing.
Yeah, this is pretty fun, dude. Cheers
in human form.
Fucking cheers, Eldy.
Which is that was by design to just talk about like.
Love it.
I like Eldy, when you were putting together these pairings, what are some of the things you're looking to do to make a good food and beer pairing?
Well, first, thank you for having me here.
Yes.
I have a couple of presents for you. I don't know, see somebody bring presents before.
Oh, no.
But I hope I'm the one.
Okay.
I'm the first one.
Okay.
So I got my assistant, my CEO, Marty. Bring it over, please.
Marty of Marty's Oyster Tacos.
Yeah,
which is
so
on the menu.
that's the guy. Yeah, so
I've had those.
now everybody gonna know the guy behind the taco. So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I have a couple of presents for you.
Oh my goodness.
Just give it to these guys right here.
Well, wow.
Just a couple of tumblers with some
That's amazing.
This
Vice
is
beer
phenomenal.
and
So these are tumblers done in like
Love it.
These are super killer. They say Vice beer and El
and
Viejon on them.
Viejon because we actually start together all this adventure.
Yeah, we did.
And this guy right here, he's my right hand. Do you see it? Yeah. He's the
Marty,
one.
if you're watching on YouTube, you can see Marty. He's behind LD here. Marty's a lot of things to El Viejon and Vice. When things break around here, sometimes even before I know that they've broken, I hear, yeah, so Marty was here today and he fixed the crawler machine. And I'm like, what, the crawler machine was broke? what happened? And no, it's Marty. And he's helped us out on so many things and helped you build out a lot of the covering and tent spaces.
Yeah. I mean, I think Vice Beer in El Viejon, we have a lot of support from our regulars, our customers. But this guy right here is one of those that you count with, Something's going down, hey, guess what? Call Marty. He's going to be here. He's going to fix it.
Absolutely.
I don't know how, but he's going to do it. So I really appreciate that, and it's why his name is on the menu, So it's appreciation right there. So,
awesome.
And that's the support, from local people supporting your local businesses. And that's what it is. Vice Beer, I think, is a community, We have like this community thing,
It is.
And that reflects to this,
where we picked up those vibes and learned about creating community and everything is these guys at Final Draft. Like you walk into Final Draft and
Thanks, brother.
it's different. It's different.
It is.
The feeling of community is different, and so when this opportunity came up, for us to be part of Vice Beer, I was like, well, gosh, we're right there in the same neighborhood as our. It's the only tap house I've ever joined the Mug Club in because it's awesome. It's so much about the community, and we were like, well, yeah, we want to not take anything away from that, but figure out how do we fit into that because we're only 2 miles up the road from one another. Maybe not even that, 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
It's
probably about 2 miles, mile and a half.
It's really close.
It's awesome though.
It's yeah. No, these are awesome, Marty. Marty, where did these come from? Did you make these?
I have a friend at my job that makes these.
So these are like powder coated or something on the inside?
Epoxied.
They're an epoxy. Okay. Wow.
Paints them and then he epoxies them.
That it's beautiful.
They are
beautiful.
insulated.
This one's all like tiger striped and like
he's trying to
very
do the 80 thing
80s
for you.
I love they use the palm tree one on this one. That is very
cool.
Bayside High, Saved by the Bell vibe.
I could feel like Miami humidity, like looking at that thing.
Right?
Yeah, that's rad.
He will make to order.
Okay. That is awesome.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you, LD. These are great.
Yeah,
I'm going to put these up here, and hopefully,
it's a little present for you guys.
hopefully they're not blocking my
Y'all
face
rock.
in the camera. But if you're watching on YouTube, you can see these. They are quite awesome. That's fantastic. I didn't know that was happening tonight. That is super fun. LD back. Rewinding.
Yeah.
Back to the question. So building these. How do you approach building these pairings?
So first one, I think communication with my brew guy. That was number one. What is on the beer? How's the beer taste like? What is one of the key ingredients on the beer that we want to present up there? And for me, as a chef of 24 years, cooking and doing the wine thing, so it was easy for me to do that. So I was, okay, what do you think? You want more spicy? You want the spices? What do you think? So talking with my brew guy. So that's why it's really important, especially in these kind of competitions, have that communication with your brew guy. Because on the end of the day, same thing. Food and beer, one way or another, is pretty much same, So that's my key pretty much right there. So I start thinking, like, what ingredients I'm going to use to get the pairing. So, I start talking to you and our brew guy. Brian. So all the ideas that come out and say, you know what, this is what we present. Because they have the elements, to get the pairing with the beer.
And what you presented at Snack Down was
that was El Pastor Taco, something from Mexico City.
A trompo.
A trompo, yes. So everybody knows, that El Pastor Taco is a big thing. They call it El Trompo.
A trompo is like, I think you see it more often, at least in the Pacific Northwest. You see it around Mediterranean type places, Egyptian food, Greek food, where they're carving the meat off of this thing that spins around and everything. In Mexico, that's called a trompo.
Yeah, because
and they do it with al pastor.
They shape up that.
Yeah.
So the pastor taco is pretty much pork. It's a marinated pork. So I was, okay, so let's do it a little bit more fun. So I created these little mini trompos, individual for
they were little tiny
individual
trompos.
tortilla, yeah. So that was pretty cool. They got the pineapple, onions, everything on it, there's cilantro, microgreens. That was pretty cool for presentation because you want to kill both of those things. It's like it have to look good, but it also have to taste good and pair it with your beer.
Right. So the beer pairing that we did was a cream ale with that because of the fresh made corn tortillas you used.
Yeah.
And the corn in the cream ale was kind of the
they married together right
they
there.
Married together. Yeah. And that was a lot of fun. You crushed it. They went around the room and they counted up all of
it was
votes.
one of those, yeah.
The votes went like 19, 22, 26. There was a 26 in there.
Yeah.
And then
all the way to what, 57?
51.
51, yeah.
Was,
damn.
You absolutely crushed it.
That's a straight beat down.
It was a snack down.
It was, yeah.
A snack down. What a cool event.
It is a super fun event. Yeah. If you haven't been.
I haven't been.
You've got to go.
I know.
It is. That was actually my first year. And
it's like, how could you not have fun at that?
Yeah, it was a ton of fun.
Well, the cool thing is it was Macho Man up there at the event.
I didn't break character all day. I was Macho Man, Randy Savage.
He was freaking killing it. I
handed everybody.
I'm pretty sure he was freaking sweating all day long.
I put on a performance, and I was sweating a lot. When the day was done, I was very excited, but I was very done.
Yeah.
My throat hurt. It was crazy. Before we get into the burger brawl end of it, because we'll talk about that too. We'll come back around to that. Eldy, your tacos and everything are a direct reflection of you and where you're from. And where you're from is the state in Mexico, Nayarit?
Nayarit, yes.
Yeah.
So it's Nayarit. So this guy he loves Nayarit.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Sayulita.
Yeah. I can't wait to go back.
So for those who don't know the states of Mexico.
What a beautiful place.
Where does Nayarit cover? What is it near?
So it's pretty much located between Sinaloa and Jalisco.
Okay.
So Jalisco is pretty much Puerto Vallarta. It's right there.
Okay.
So we always fly to Puerto Vallarta.
Nayarit really borders up on Puerto Vallarta really
Puerto
close.
Vallarta, yeah. That's the end of the... we have the same thing. The river separates both the states. And on the north side, we have Sinaloa, which is a lot of seafood, a lot of stuff. We live on the coast, so you can see my menu, so the things that I do. 50% of those are seafood.
Yeah, a
Because,
huge part of your
Yeah.
menu. When people see your logo and it says tacos y mariscos,
Mariscos, yeah. So
Mariscos.
mariscos means seafoods.
is means seafood. Yeah.
Seafoods, yeah. So
And Nayarit's right there on the ocean. A lot of beautiful places.
it is beautiful.
And one of those places I know is very near and dear to Mike, and that's Sayulita.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that place is incredible. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those towns where there's not a stoplight. There's no stop signs. I don't know. It's just...
They call them magical towns
yeah, it's...
because it's just pure people, nice, happy, beautiful colors. I mean, warm waters. You can stay on the water all day long. It's not like mine is 20 degrees.
Right.
Which
not,
is I
not
love
an Oregon
it.
Coast
I'm a
beach.
Northwest guy, but
It
after you can touch the water.
It is tropical.
It is. It is really tropical. We have a lot of, seafoods, a lot of varieties of fruits. It's really Hawaii kind of thing. You know, we share the same Pacific. So it's warm water. You know, it's a lot of seafood, a lot of fish. Like, for example, the mahi-mahi, you know, it's a good reflected of, you know, the area, you know. But yeah, I mean, Sayulita, we have a lot of family cousins. They live in Sayulita. When I was a kid, I was always travel to Sayulita. It's one of those towns, you know. Just relax, surfing.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of good food.
I've heard a lot of surfing. Mike, what is your perfect day in Sayulita, Nayarit, Mexico?
Oh, man. You know, really, a perfect day there is just wake up and just do what you just go with it. I mean, like a surf town, right? It was you wake up and it was like, fuck, I got a headache. You know, I had like 9 margaritas yesterday. And so I'm like, oh, what's close?
So
like,
the perfect day starts with 9 margaritas the day
and
before.
So
okay.
it starts before that. And so and you just get up and you just, okay, I'm thirsty. I want like fruit and shit and like have a breakfast and then just basically just walking through the town.
Just relax and enjoy.
And being in slow motion. It's the most beautiful place. One of the most beautiful. The most freedom I've ever felt in my entire life was the week I was there. I've never actually felt like full freedom ever until that week. But yeah, I mean, to finish that question, just I'm hungry now, I guess. But that place looks awesome. There's one person in there. Go in there. What do they have? It's probably awesome. I don't know. And then go sit on the beach and then, oh shit, I'm thirsty.
9 more margaritas.
Let's go look for a margarita somewhere. That looks like a bar. Let's walk in there and see what's up. And just, I don't know, no itinerary and just going with it and finishing the day with a sunset. And that's a perfect day in Sayulita.
Yeah. And Sayulita is just one of those towns. You know, a lot of tourists. So it's one of those, the first ones that come out with, you know, getting popular with the tourists. But Nayarit, has so many beautiful places. You know, my hometown is Jolotemba, Nayarit. So it's close to San Blas. So San Blas is another one of those towns. It's just beautiful towns. But it's all over, so you would drive north, because that's in the south. That's close to Jalisco.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we are all the way up there next to Puerto Vallarta. But so you take north to the beach, to the coast. It's like the 101 taken up there all the way to the north. I mean, you're gonna find so many.
kind of long and thin along that western.
So
coast.
you're gonna find so many little small towns.
From Puerto Vallarta on up to. Doesn't go all the way up to Mazatlan.
No, yeah. The road, they connect my little town with Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta. It cross right in the middle of my town.
Okay.
So you want to go to Mazatlan, you have to cross my town no matter what, because that's the main road, you know, cruising right there.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now it's just getting better, you know, as tourists and in those little towns, they recognize it a little more. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm really proud of it, And that's a reflecting of my menus, pretty much, of the food.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So everything from there, from my childhood when I was a kid.
And that's what I saw in Sayulita. It would be like street birria during the afternoon. And then, all the restaurants started to open up. And then, you got a lot of fish, shrimp.
We're talking fresh.
Awesome.
You see the fishing guys coming to the beach.
Early in the morning, the boats are on
to the
freaking,
restaurants.
the beach. And people are buying fish from it. And it's just whatever you catch that day.
Yeah. That's the special of the day.
It was awesome. Man. Yeah. Go to Nayarit. There's little towns all over. There's Sayulita, and just north of it, San Pancho, and you could literally walk the beach to each little town. And then there's a little town that's even smaller, just north of San Pancho. I can't remember the name of it. And they're incredible. It's just like you'll go, and it's a small town with just 2 bars on the beach and just a dog running by. And it's just like, I don't know. Anyway, it's hard to explain how awesome that region of the world is.
It is pretty cool.
It is paradise. That is for sure. Go there.
Yeah, I've been to Puerto Vallarta.
Now we're promoting.
I haven't been. So I did. It was 20 years ago. My wife and I did go to one small little beach in Nayarit, but that was it. Yeah, let's get Mike another beer. He wants a Millie.
Thanks, guys.
There we go. Yeah, it's okay. We don't have to sneak around ordering a beer. It's all right.
Like...
We can just say it. That's what's happening. We went into Nayarit just to visit a little private beach, but this was again 21 years ago now. So long before I knew Eldy. I didn't even know I was in Nayarit.
Yeah.
It took Eldy explaining to me where Nayarit was and the river and everything, and I was like, oh yeah, we went south.
Rad.
We went north over the river and from Puerto Vallarta, and yeah, we were in this little place, and like, okay, that's all right. Now I kind of have an idea where Eldy's from, but honestly, between the two of you, Sayulita was a town I'd never heard of, and it's quickly become like top of me and Bria's list of like this. We need to go there. Like we've seen enough pictures from Mike and Kimberly of their things. We've heard enough from Eldy about how great it is and his family there, and it's like, okay, we need to do this.
1 or 2 years ago, they became the champions of the world champions on surfing. Yeah.
Oh wow! They hosted
it's a
the
big
surfing championships.
Yeah,
okay.
they love surfing up there.
Yeah, really good surfing.
Yeah, so it is really cool. But all the time you go to Nayarit, I invite you to go all the way north and start exploring. It's safe. It's good. You're gonna love it. And maybe in a couple of years, I'll invite you to my house.
Yeah, buddy.
We have a property right in front of the beach.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
So we have a couple of acres. So we're trying to build something up there.
Okay.
So for
all
friends, everybody's invited.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
This guy right here, he loves that.
Oh, I love it.
How about a private beach one day?
I'm just like fascinated with the Mexican culture and just how, I don't know, family orientated it is, but also like how accepting the people are. I don't know, and just how they like really express their culture through food. I mean, there's a lot of places that do it, but Mexico does it as good as anybody. And yeah, I mean, that's where I really fell in love with, I don't know, exploring and just eating food. I have no idea what the hell it is, and just attacking it. And just being like, oh, I'm just going to have tacos and whatever. And it's just like, what the hell is this? Order it, get it. And it like changed the way I looked at the world as being in that region. I mean, just a few years ago. And then me and my wife were going to go back last year, but my wife's mother died. This is a fucking crazy story. That's why I'm wearing the skull earring right now, because I had a friend of mine.
We fucking love crazy shit.
Give me these, because we were there for Dia de las Muertes. And it just randomly happened. We bought our tickets, and it was, we're leaving October 31st through the whatever. And I was like, isn't like Day of the Dead, like right after
Dia de los
Halloween.
Muertos.
And it was, we were going at the same time. And so then I didn't really know much about it. So in Sayulita, they really celebrate this day of, you know, of past relatives and all that shit. And it was one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. So we had to miss our last trip because my wife's mother got sick like a few days before we were supposed to go. And then all of a sudden the hospice was like, your mom has a few days to live. And it was like, shit. So we canceled our trip. And then her mom died November 1st, which is like the main Day of the Dead, right? Of Dia de los Muertos. And so we're going back. We have the whole trip already done and planned and bought and all that shit. And so, yeah, we're going to do like a shrine for her mom, bring her coffee every morning. Because you would have, I don't know, so the cemetery at this place, during the whole week, really, but that night on the 1st, it basically just everyone stays up till midnight. Then you go down to the cemetery, and it just turns into this just fucking crazy, awesome party. And yeah, so we're just going to celebrate that. It'll be just more of a closure for my wife and her mom, and we're going to make our own little shrine. And yeah, it's nothing like I've ever seen and been a part of. So
it's a good way to remember her. You know?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, so going up there because we, as a Mexican culture, we celebrate, you know. Like he said, it was not a sad day. It's more like a happiness to bring, well, a lot of places bring some beer, tequila, and tacos. I mean,
okay.
So
nothing go wrong with that, right? But it's
go.
more as a tradition, as what your Loveless likes to eat. You know, like mole, tacos, beer, or whatever he likes to drink. They always bring it to the cemetery. And
You're bringing your
celebrate with
your
them,
loved one's favorite foods,
Yeah.
favorite
Right.
drinks.
Yeah,
So
you would. Yeah,
it's pretty much the Coco movie.
So dope.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
You know, so it's pretty much. But I mean, I think for his family, that's pretty cool. You know, to be in touch with that and go and celebrate. You know,
Especially with my
November
wife,
1st,
she's been so bummed for so long and just like grieving, and it's going to be more of like a celebratory thing, and it just really end the grieving, I think.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's in the last trip we had to cancel it, and it was like we really needed to get the hell out of town and like go to a beautiful place like Sayulita where there's like no stress, like. You know, I cut so many people off in my golf cart, like steering with my knee, holding 2 margaritas, dude, and like it's like a work truck, and they're like slamming on their brakes, and then they're like, oh, they wave. Like here, they would fucking honk at you and get the fuck out of the road, you dumbass. Like that never happened. It was just like, wow, like what? I'm so sorry. Like I don't know. It was
like, yeah, whatever, señor, salud.
yeah, it was incredible, and yeah, it was absolutely incredible. So I mean, that's just the vibe there. And yeah, but the culinary scene in that town is absolutely phenomenal. It's unbelievable. Like, it was our second night there. I was just like, I'm just eating Mexican food, right? Like authentic, just whatever. And me and my wife are wandering the streets. We're kind of in a dark little like alley or something, and there's tables set up. There's like 4 of them with burning candles. I was like, whoa, what's going on over here? You know, this is probably like 7:30 at night, and there's one person sitting at the table, and it was our neighbor. This was our second night, and it was our neighbor right next to our Airbnb, and she was like, "Oh, hey guys, like, how did you find this place?" And it was like, we're just roaming through the streets. We don't have an itinerary. And she was like, "Right on, dude. Like, join me." And then, so we sat at her table, and then she just straight up lights a joint, and I'm like. Yeah, and I'm like looking. I was like, "Is that okay?" She goes, "Oh, no one cares. Like, we're in Sayulita. Like, no one gives a shit."
Love the thing.
And
so,
then the guy comes out, and he was obviously the owner, and he was just like, "Oh, welcome." You know, it's like, I think his name was Rodriguez, and he was just like, "I love it." It was an Italian joint. It was fucking an Italian restaurant. But this guy is from there, at least from Mexico, whatever. And he was like, "I love Italian food, and I've been a chef my whole life, and so I just wanted to bring an Italian." And I was like, "Well, shit, we're sitting down here, and the joint's lit. Like, fucking, let's have dinner." And I'm having Italian food, and so he'll eat my second night. And that's what really makes it where, I don't know, it doesn't have to be Mexican food. It's just where you're at in the moment, you know, and it's just, I don't know, it's someone's art that like turned in my own personal journey. That was just like, wow, dude, that just happened out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting this at all. And it was one of my favorite like experiences of being down there was sitting at an Italian joint in Sayulita. And yeah, I'll never forget it. I could still see the graffiti on like the storage units that were next to it. And I could like see the freaking chubby little chihuahua running by. And like, I could just, everything, the smells, everything. I'll never forget it. And so, yeah. It's fucking rad. It's like straight up Anthony Bourdain type shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the best, man. That's the best.
So did you happen to stumble across any burgers in Sayulita?
You know, I didn't.
This is what they call a really bad segue into the next.
I don't remember seeing burgers on menus, but I don't know. I wasn't looking for it either. I was just looking for things I didn't know what it was, and I'm like, fuck, what is this? I've never heard of it. So let's fucking order it. My wife had to be careful. She's a vegetarian. She'll eat fish, but I was just fucking bring it, dude. I don't care if it gives me fucking the worst disease ever. Like this is an experience, dude. I'm never gonna
just all in.
I'm here.
Full send.
Yeah. So just it was yeah. I mean just go into fucking a culinary scene in a foreign place that you don't know with just no fear and total ignorance, and everything is going to be bliss.
And so you're looking for a burger, look for the hot dog little cart.
Okay.
They have the burgers there.
Okay.
So what the fuck a McDonald's or the...
Yeah.
Because you're going to find those up there.
I get to hear about these things.
Yeah.
Eldy, you recently created a burger, a chorizo burger.
Chorizo burger, yeah.
Not available at the truck. Yet.
Not yet. No, not.
I bet people are asking like crazy, huh?
We've had people asking all day, every day.
Yes.
Like, how come the champion burger isn't at the truck? So LD, again, you're pairing. This was a chorizo burger at the Burger Brawl, hosted by Brewhouse in Northwest Portland. Brewhouse, watch our last episode. We were at Brewhouse. Really awesome place. You had this chorizo burger. You paired it with the Cut My Lime Mexican lager with lime already added to it, and in that, I guess we needed coasters really bad.
We're probably making reckless noise with our pints, like just
good. Yeah, that's part of it. So that pairing, not necessarily a landslide victory this time. I wasn't there. We were up at Washington Brewers Fest in Seattle. Kind of a crazy week of divide and conquer for the whole Weiss beer family. We were everywhere.
We split the bands pretty much.
Yeah,
we sent Michael to Seattle. We take over Portland.
Yep,
just kicking ass, you know.
It was just.
It was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend. So by 2 votes is what I heard. By 2 votes, we won.
Almost had everything again.
What's that?
It was 2 votes to get like every single one. Like,
oh damn!
I didn't know that. I just knew that. So
you guys almost
at
hit
Burger
for the
Brawl,
cycle.
there's 3 awards.
Holy
yes.
shit.
One is People's Choice, which El Viejon and Weiss Beer won by 2 votes.
Actually, that's the one we lost for 2 points. So we won both of the
People's
judges.
Choice we won.
We won the best burger from judges. And the best pairing from the judges.
Pairing.
Yes. And
from the judges.
Guest choice, they beat us with 2 points.
Almost had a hat trick.
Pretty close. It was really close.
I think you got that backwards.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Something like that.
You got it
I
backwards.
don't know. That's impressive.
You got it backwards. We won People's Choice by 2 votes. Yeah. We lost Best Burger by 2 votes. That went to Goonburger here. That's opening up. Also Washington, by the way. Washington went into Portland Beer Week's best events and swept them. So there's something. Little state pride there. But Goonburger won Best Burger, just edging the chorizo burger by 2 votes for for the judges, 2 points from the judges. But the best pairing from the judges was also El Viejon and Vice. So we won People's Choice and Judges' Choice for best pairing, and best burger.
Almost
Goonburger
there,
edged us out.
Well, winning by the customer or whatever, the consumer, is way better than winning by judges, in my opinion.
I think so too. That was actually something that last year they didn't. They took away the People's Choice. It was only judges.
Yeah,
and
People's
I think
Choice
that was
is definitely the most important.
Yep,
they're
that
the
was-
ones coming through.
Everybody was
200
kind of
people.
up in arms about that, and was like, "No, we need a People's Choice. Like that's really what matters." That People's Choice Award comes with a little award that we want to give you, LD. We're gonna invite Mayfair. Mayfair is a Portland-based graffiti artist.
Cool.
Via LA, and he's making his way up this way. If you're watching on YouTube,
Here's somebody.
That was funny.
this is Mayfair, and we're gonna see what we got here. We got this easel back here.
Oh, look at that.
That's fucking dope.
Fucking cool. Beautiful.
Okay, that's cool.
That's the best trophy ever.
There's
right
the trophy.
It is. It is really cool.
That is the greatest trophy. If you're not watching this on YouTube, what we've got here is an incredible Japanese style, like 90s Japanese style robot with a burger for a head.
Yeah. That's pretty sick.
Holding a pint of Pilsner, and it says Burger Brawl in the sky behind him, and Mayfair up the side of it there. This is incredible. I'm going to invite Mayfair.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Come around. You are going to have to stand in front of your painting just a little bit there because we're limited on space. But please, first of all, Mayfair is a regular at Vice Beer, and his artist name is Mayfair, and I'm calling him Mayfair today. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult for me because I know his real name, and it's what I usually call him by. But Mayfair, what goes into a painting like this? Like, obviously, you didn't just paint this during Burger Brawl.
No, because I am a Vice fan and also like the Brotherhood of Vice, I just went off the Ribbit Robot 2.0.
Gotcha.
And, you know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure that Vice was represented for the simple fact that I was invited by you folks. But at the same time, I wanted to represent the actual event itself.
So to give people a little bit of the backstory of this, like, Vice, like, we go to this competition, we were like, well, what's something we can bring to the table that's just a little different and a little special? I reached out to Mayfair and said, hey, do you think like you could do a live painting at our booth, and then whoever wins it, they get this painting of this burger thing, like whatever we come up with, you know? And he was like, yeah, cool. So I reached out to the organizers and was like, hey, can we do this? I mean, I didn't know we were going to win it.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I see the pain, I talked to my daughter, Evelyn, and my wife. Yeah. I was, you know what? That pain is going to Vice. That's going to be mine. That's our pain, and we're taking it.
Yeah. Fired you up. All that passion into those chorizo burgers.
That's have to go home with us.
Well, you know, and the excitement of it all is to watch it actually lifetime, them announce the fact that you folks won it. Yeah. And so it's going back home to the people that gave me the opportunity to be part of the family. So
it's awesome.
It just felt good just to know that it's coming back to where it all started from. The relationship with you, the relationship with Vice. I got a taco named after me.
Yeah.
Got to argue
There
with
is.
me.
We've seen both folks on the show tonight who have an El Viejon taco named after
Wow.
them. You met
Exactly.
Marty earlier. The Mayfair Surf and Turf taco.
Yeah, so it's one of the famous tacos right now. You know, it's
Yeah.
one of the people's favorites right now.
It's my go-to. The
go-to.
Mayfair Surf and Turf taco. I probably have one a day when I'm here.
Yeah, have you got a taco named after you from this guy? My God, you've done something right.
We're doing
that.
it. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys having me, and you guys deserve it.
Hey, everybody, give it up for Mayfair. This is incredible. I hope that it's something. I hope it's something we can do again next time around. That's just incredible. Thank you very much. If you're not seeing it on YouTube, you'll see it. If you were at Burger Brawl, you saw it in development there, and then it was finished after the event, so it wasn't presented at the event because. This is a crazy amount of effort that goes into a painting like this. This doesn't happen in 3 or 4
It is an art,
hours.
you know?
This is tens and dozens of hours go into this. So it's really special, and it'll be framed, and we'll put it up somewhere around here, much like. The Snack Down Championship belt is now hanging out front.
I would imagine it looks like a traditional, the
yes.
fucking belt that's like
Yep.
huge. That's rad.
Yep, very much so. It's one
So
of those
it
that
was
you
back
do
to
the
back,
you
baby.
do the discount double check.
Yeah.
with it, yeah. You remember?
We
the
try it
discount-
and we can.
Remember that?
No, that's pretty awesome. Thank you. It was freaking cool.
You mean
It was
Mayfair.
beautiful, yeah. It was pretty cool.
It is. It is.
Thank you.
No, that was a Freudian slip because yes, we know Mayfair more often as, but
Oh, Jesus.
it's Mayfair. Yeah, it's all good.
I like the
I'm
detail on
I'm
the
talking more as a friend.
on
I know.
like the glass enclosed helmet thing. I think that's pretty rad. You
Yeah.
probably can't see it. I don't know, but that's cool detail.
It's super fun detail.
That's
so
really
yeah,
fun.
If you're listening to this on audio, this is probably our most visual episode ever. That you should really check it out on YouTube. The production quality on YouTube's awesome. Thanks to the guys from ZZeppelin, Zach, and filling in for Sean today is Nathan Whited, covering that into things. I want to. Get back into a little bit of talking about beer. Is that okay?
Let's talk about
some
beer.
I like beer. I want to open this here. This was gifted to me by the guys up at Stemma Brewing in Bellingham. They have come out with a new Mexican-style lager that they've put in these 12-ounce skinny cans.
Wow.
It's like
that's pretty cool.
looks like a little Red Bull.
It
right?
is,
It's
it
a
is.
tall, skinny. Well, let's pop it open and let's enjoy some Mexican lager here.
Rad. I'm excited.
While we, what are you drinking on now? You guys both drinking the same thing over there?
I'm having a Millie.
I think I do too.
I just love lagers, especially light, crispy lagers. And then I have a little hop itch, and Pilsners will give me just enough of that spicy hop.
I think
Yeah.
that's one of the things that people really appreciate about Final Draft Taphouse, where Mike curates, like I mentioned earlier, just a phenomenal tap list. Part of that tap list, and I think just one of the neatest things about it is that it's an organized tap list. Every single time you're going in there that items 1 through 5 are going to be lagers.
Yeah.
They're going to be crispy boys, German-style beers, light beers, and there's always going to be 5 of them, which is another thing that sometimes you can end up at a beer bar that you're like, man, I just want something light and crushable, and I don't really see much because they're just rotating through everything without a whole lot of thought to style and organization. Final Draft puts in so much thought to the style and organization. I know by heart that the first 5 are light lagers, I know that the next 5 are West Coast IPAs.
Yeah.
I know that the next 5 are hazy IPAs. Then I'm going to see like a red or an amber, and then I'm going to see maybe something dark, and then a lot of like fruity things, saisons, fruit added beers, maybe a thick from Claim 52, something super fruity, you know. Those kind of things are all, and then we'll get into ciders, seltzer on the back end. Did I about nail it?
Yeah, you fucking nailed that one. I think you've been into our place a few times.
I've probably been there a few times. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, for me, I've always been exploring beer, like ever since I was really 16. I was just like, you know, you'd sneak away the dad's freaking Miller Lite or my dad Red Dog.
Please drink responsibly.
Yeah,
all local laws and
but then
ordinances.
But then all of a sudden, it's just like,
that's my disclaimer.
But then Portland started getting a few of these breweries.
16
like,
is not the age. Okay, wait
Like-
to 21. It's just crazy people like this.
No, sorry.
Oh no. And then all of a sudden, you know, Pyramid Brewing shows up, and there was like Widmer and Portland Brewing. There really wasn't much when I was a late teenager or whatever. But then it was Pyramid Snowcap. It was like my first seasonal I've ever had, and it was like heavy and malty. It was like 8%, and it was just, I don't know. Where was I going with this? I can't even remember. It's been a long day and week. But anyway, yeah. So like the tap list you were talking about.
Yeah.
I like to explore beer, and I don't want to have a beer that I could find at fucking 7-Eleven. I mean, they'll carry good beer, but it's just like,
Sure.
I've had that 100 times, and
The
and so,
idea
like-
of going to a tap room.
yeah,
is
like
to
when I go into a
discover-
place and it's like, you know what, I feel like a goddamn crispy lager today, or I just want a hoppy beer that's low alcohol or whatever, and I just want to find it. And when you go into a place like, oh, I'm feeling like an IPA today, and they're like, oh, we got an IPA at tap number 6, number 9, 12, 18, and 20. You're just like, fucking shit. You're like looking all over the menu. So that like really made me just be like, I want to put this menu together where it's the same styles together. So if someone's like, hey, hey, what are you drinking today? And he's just, oh, I'm feeling a stout. It's like, boom, tap 22 and 23. There's 2 stouts right there. And I don't know, it just makes it
And
easier
you
on
can
me.
see them side by side. If you're
Yeah.
feeling a West Coast IPA, it's like, column 2, 6 through 10 is
Yeah, there they
all
are.
West Coast IPAs. And you
great.
can see them all, names, ABVs, notes about them, if there are any, like it's
fun.
easy to be like, okay, I can make an easy decision without trying to scan all over the board and
Yeah.
put together the puzzle.
No, totally. And it's, yeah, so, going after rarity. So we definitely focus on self-distribution first. The big distributors will have amazing brands like Breakside and, Fort George and things where it's like, God, you can't leave those guys out. But when I'm looking for beers to put on the tap list, what do I need right now? I will look, it's like, oh, okay, I need 2 West Coast IPAs. I need a hazy, 2 lagers, I don't know, whatever. And then I'll look on Monday when I get emails for beer, it's like, all right, self-distributing first is who I look at. And if I cannot fill the holes with them, then I will go with like a bigger distribution and give Fort George and Breakside Freem and stuff some love. So, it's definitely going to be a rare, unique draft list every day of the week. But yeah, thank you for saying, like, would you say maybe one of the best draft lists in the Pacific Northwest? It's
Absolutely.
I appreciate
it's a
that.
go-to.
I was like, oh, shit, dude. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. You're doing it.
Doing a good job, man.
And it's, speaking of like, latest and greatest and, those self-distributed things, like not only, you don't just go after self-distributed things. I know firsthand that you seek out those who are not even self-distributing.
Oh, yeah.
Like Brewhouse and Ruse.
Ruse, yeah.
Your place. Ruse is on the Vancouver waterfront now too, but other than that, like, you don't see their beer around town, and that's because they're not distributing over here. They're not doing all of that. That's Mike going and putting it in the back of his
going
Bronco.
And getting it. Yeah.
You know, and same with Brewhouse.
Yeah.
We've had Brewhouse on tap at your place too, and that's the effort that you're putting in. That's above and beyond. That's what I love about both of you sitting here today. Is just
this is amazing.
This like next level of attention to the craft that you're in that requires a little bit of work. Like, it would be hard for you to say, like, what's the ROI on you driving over to Rujos or to Ruse? I said Rujos. I put them together.
Well, both. It's both.
Yeah. To Ruse or Brewhouse. Like, what is the ROI on you driving over there and taking, depending on traffic, an hour to 2 hours out of your life?
Oh, it does.
To go grab a keg and bring it back. Like, you can't necessarily like put a number to that and say that like, oh, because I went and put in this effort, I got X number of new customers this week because I went and did that.
Yeah, it's sometimes...
But it makes a difference.
It does, yeah. And it's really like being selfish, I guess, a little bit. Not selfish, but I don't know. My whole career being in the beer industry, I've always been the underdog and just kind of been like not having respect or whatever, you know. I was always the one below everybody. And I had jobs, you know, Columbia distributing, selling, and working for, you know, Portland Cider Company and whatever, you know. It was just like I kind of did my own thing that I thought was right. And it was just, I don't know. And so I was like, dude, I'm going to go off and do my own thing no matter what it takes. And I'm going to curate the best draft list I could possibly curate. And not only that, but just the communal feel of the place. But why not have the best draft list you could possibly put together? And of course, that's the hardest thing to do, is because you could just order from the big distributors. It's going to be there on Tuesday, and it's going to show up at 2 o'clock. And it's just like, it's not fun, dude. It's just like, fuck this. It's like boring. It's like, sweet. Bodhisattva. It's like nothing wrong with that beer at all, but you could find that at every gas station in fucking Vancouver. It's like,
This is true.
I'm not going to put that on our tap list. The beer is awesome, you know. There's nothing wrong with that beer, but it's like, dude, you could find that anywhere. I'm going to put something else on that you can't find, and so, you know, making a relationship with Ruse and Brewhouse, which was not easy, to eventually have them sell me beer to like put on my draft list to make it as best as possible. It's like, I don't know. I'll do that extra 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
But it really scratches an itch of just like, yeah, just satisfies. But the best part is it satisfies the customer, and I don't know. So I've just been obsessed with like going over, doing too much, I guess.
I think you're doing
but it's rad.
the right amount. Yeah, because it's a differentiator. It sets you apart, and it makes it a lot of fun for everybody walking in there. I love that I've never had a visit at Final Draft that I look at the board and go, well, I've had all of this.
Yeah, that's one of my things. Like, you know? Before we opened and I knew Final Draft was going to be a thing, I was like, how do I want to, you know, me and my wife run it together, and it was like, how am I going to put my skills to this? And I was like, I don't know, I was just like, I'm going to curate the best tap list in the world of what I have available. And and
it's full of a lot of exciting stuff. You mentioned a number of the brands. I know you're quick to support the up and comers. Then also seek out the best of the best, and it's really exciting.
But it was like also one of those things too, right? When I kind of thought like the best tap list ever, or whatever. It's like, what if I go into my business a year from now after it's open? It was like right before we opened. I want to walk in there as a customer as my first time because I'm staying at the hotel next door, and I want to go in there and be like, holy fuck, I want to have all this. Mm-hmm. You know? And there's so many times I go into, I'm on vacation or wherever, and you go to a tap house and you're just like, fuck, dude, they have no loggers on? Like, what the hell is going on here, you know? And so it's like, that is not going to happen at Final Draft, dude. If you go in there and you want a logger, you're getting them, dude. You're going to get 5 of them, and they're going to be rare. They're going to be Maybe the only keg in all of Southwest Washington.
What about brown ale though?
Oh no! So this is funny. Nothing wrong with brown ales. I don't know why.
Yeah, there is.
When I take a sip, I fucking yawn and fall asleep. It's weird, but you gotta have that shit on tap because people fucking love it. And so I'm gonna put on a kick-ass fucking red or brown ale, but I'm just not gonna have it.
Yeah.
You know, it just nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, there is.
That was a good one.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
Brown ales are trash. They're just garbage water. You don't have to serve them. Nobody.
It's an inside thing. I'm always just like, I don't know. And then it turns into like my friends or regulars come into Final Draft and they're just like, hey, dude, what's your best brown ale? And I'm like, fuck you. You're like,
Yep.
Because they know that it's just an inside thing.
It's
anyway.
a thing.
Anyway, hey,
thing.
if anyone drinks brown or reds, I don't give a shit. Like, drink the shit out of them. We have them. I sell them, whatever. You know, they're red. I'm just not going to drink it. I hate mustard. I don't care how good it is. I'm not going to. You could give me the best mustard from France, dude, and I'll still think it's gross. It's weird. Even though I'm a very open-minded eater of whatever, that fucking mustard, I'm just not going to buy it.
I'm surprised by that. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, it's weird. That and mayonnaise. Unless you fool me and the mayonnaise is mixed with some shit and you just call it something fancy like aioli. We got this habanero aioli. It's like, is there mayo in that? No. It's like, sick. Okay.
LD's just laughing.
That's what we do. Yes.
Yeah. There's mayo in aioli. Huh?
Yeah, you just got to trick me. It's this psychological shit. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Oh, that's awesome, man. You're doing it great. I mean,
dude, you're doing it great. I mean, food and beer is the same thing. It's like when someone like what Eldy creates, you know, it's an art and it's an expression of like giving and caring of people, and it's a very hard.
well, it's exactly what you're doing.
It's
right
a very
now.
hard.
You know, we're talking about driving 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a very
you
hard
know.
business to be in because
It is.
you want to be the best and you want to please the people. That's why you're doing it. And that's why I think it's really cool that we're sitting here because like you're not only from Mexico but like you're one of the you're like the best representation of like the actual culture of the country. Because to me, like the Mexican culture is very like giving, caring, family, but very accepting of others, but also want to cook for you. They don't want to cook for themselves. I mean, it happens, but it's like that's why I think the culture is so amazing and beautiful. Is the acceptance and then the sharing of the craft, which is whatever you want to make. You know, an amazing birria taco to the guy I met at the fucking Italian joint in the middle of fucking nowhere in Mexico. So.
No, yeah, that's what we do, man. We're like people. We like to share, you know. We're like big families, you know, because that's what you do. You know, you cook for everybody, you know. But I think that's really cool, you know, hearing what you do. And it is, you know, it's like, it's for you guys. You know, you want to make sure you guys is happy. You want to walk that extra mile, you know, to make it happen. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, just like when someone comes in, it's like, I don't know, I like hazies. What hazy do you recommend? I was like, well, we have this Ruse keg on. It's definitely the most rare, you know? And they're like, fuck, I'll have that. And then they're like, this is fucking awesome. And then it's like, right on. Like, I don't know. I just put extra work in getting it. But then it's like Sean Kalis, the head brewer at Ruse, is like, I'm like, sweet. He would be so stoked to hear a random customer say that at our place.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't get to hear it, but maybe his ears rang, you know, and he heard it. But like, I don't know. I think that's pretty fucking cool. That's what keeps me
really
going.
cool.
That's the oil to my fucking moving parts, really.
It's awesome, and I love it. We want to take a minute here to invite someone from the audience to ask a question.
Shit.
So we're going to go to our little bag of tricks here, and we're gonna look at. We're gonna invite Corey up here. Real
This
quick.
is fun.
Corey,
Nice.
come on down. Here's somebody.
Here's somebody. I love it. This is great.
Come on right across the cameras, everybody. This is Corey. Corey has a Corey has, I think, one of the most important questions that I've seen submitted so far. Step right on up here between me and Mike, and
I like this.
ask us your question, Corey.
So, what tacos pair well with a brown ale?
That's a good question.
What would pair well with a brown ale, LD? You might have stumped him.
Yeah, I am.
Gosh, we're talking about some like caramely, roasty things going on there.
Maybe even a stout.
I think if we're talking brown ale, I could see that pairing well with like a carne asada, just like the char of the asada, with some of those roasty notes that are in the brown ale. I could see that being a thing. That would be a more roasty brown ale. Brown ales can lean roasty, but then brown ales can also be kind of caramely and sweeter, which might be like a tres leches.
Oh, okay. So it's more like on the Swiss side.
Yeah.
I could even see it with Al Pastor.
Yeah, because pineapple,
Yeah.
the pineapple, the sweetness of, because there's some sweetness of pineapple juice and to the
I think an
marinade
Al
too.
Pastor would go well with it.
And when you caramelize that meat, it's like really good. They got the background of the sweetness. I think that's gonna be one of those, like a good pairing with that. That can be the taco al pastor too, yeah.
I
for
think
sure.
so. What do you want to eat with a brown ale, Corey?
Well, actually, I like cooking with brown ales, like making
Rad.
chilies or.
Oh, so
things
that's
of
what
that
they're
nature,
good for.
too. Yeah.
Okay.
This is so good.
So we're gonna try it together. How about that?
Okay.
That was a fun one. That was good. I like
It is.
Yeah, right on.
Maybe even with the birria ramen, which I think is pretty awesome. The birria ramen, like that's fucking cool, dude. Like,
It's one of those things, yeah. One of those specials, They ended up in an article from the Columbia.
Birria ramen is phenomenal. You haven't done that in a little while.
Yeah, it's way too hot right now. Sometimes,
yeah, when it's cold out, that will warm your soul, dude. Like,
yeah.
Corey, what's your favorite thing to eat off of LD's menu?
El Gobernador.
Gobernador.
Oh, hell yeah, those are good.
Gobernador.
I had one of those today.
Gobernador. There we go.
Gobernador, yeah. So that's a good taco. It's really
It's like a
simple.
shrimp
It's freaking
cheese
rich.
mixture.
Rich,
Shrimp cheese
creamy,
aioli.
just
And the
gooey and
shrimp, yeah.
savory, and
so good.
So
my
we have
wife
a-
loves that stuff.
Yeah, we have a couple of regulars. That's original from Mazatlan, Sinaloa. So we have a couple of guests that actually travel up there. They're like, nope, yours is better than those guys up there. I was, okay, cool. I think we're doing something good right here.
Awesome.
They love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I mean, that's one of the populars right now.
It is
Gobernador
really good.
Taco, yeah, is one of those popular ones.
Corey, thanks for your question. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming
brother.
up here. That's awesome.
It's so good.
Fantastic. I've got another question here that was submitted that doesn't have the submitter's name on it, but it has all three of our names on it. It says Mike Bolt, Michael, and LD. LD. I've seen that. I've seen people call you LD.
like LD.
Yeah, like the
an
letter
LD.
L and the letter D.
That's funny because actually, the restaurants that I was working before, right here in Camas, the old man, George, called me the LD.
No way, that's funny.
Yeah.
All the time you see the LD. He don't want it.
Yeah.
All the four letters, he just
LD.
Kill it.
Because LD sounds like LD. It makes
Yeah,
sense.
it is. Yeah,
I dig
so
it.
he was like,
But LD is short for Ildefonso. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
I know things.
Eldefonso.
Yeah.
So LD is like
It's a
the
rad
shoulders.
I like
the shorter
it.
name.
I like it.
So this is addressed to Mike, Michael, and LD. And the question is, if you were a Spice Girl, which Spice Girl would you be?
Jeez.
Oh, dude. Is Left Eye one of them?
No, that was TLC.
God damn it.
That was TLC.
Can we Google it?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Okay, there's a sporty one, right?
There's Sporty Spice. There was a Scary Spice.
There's Scary Spice.
Posh Spice.
Ooh, posh. Oh, baby spice.
Spice.
Shit.
I tell you that one.
Oh, and Ginger Spice.
And
hey, we got them
Ginger
all.
Spice?
We got them all. Thanks to the audience, the live audience, we got all of the spices. There's 5, right? There's not a 6th one?
There's a posh spice. I don't know. Posh just rings for me. I don't know. What does that even mean? You guys know?
Like fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah. Posh Spice married David Beckham.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Victoria Beckham is her name now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I guess I'm poshy, I guess. I don't know. Not really.
Yeah.
I've got a sprinkle of
So you're
posh.
Baby Spice?
I think so.
Absolutely are, dude.
They gotta call me baby, right? Why not?
Baby spice.
Is any Mexican spice? No?
There's no Mexican spice. Yeah.
Come on, man.
No kidding.
It is
there,
now.
There should be.
It should be one, yeah.
I think I'd
That was
probably,
like what was like the 5th Beatle or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like it's like Mexican spice. It would be like
Mexican spice.
I'd probably have to say I'd be the
Because wasn't there like a 5th Beatle? He played like the keyboards or some shit before they like turned into a boy band and got famous. There was a 5th one.
there was some yes.
I think
there
he
was
played
something
the
like that.
keyboard or
He
some
got-
shit.
He got booted before they got big.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, this keyboard is not for us. Something like that.
Yep. I'd have to go with Sporty Spice. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the Spice Girls. I know I like sports.
Dude, you sport the basketball shoes, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
could
you were
rock
Darth,
some-
whatever, Vader.
Darth-
whatever.
Darth Blazer.
Blazer.
Yeah, you
Not the
know.
Blazers.
Yeah, that fits.
Yeah, I'll go Sporty Spice. Okay. Let's see if we've got another one in here. We do. This one's just addressed to all. The question is, if you lived in medieval times, what would your occupation be? If you lived in medieval times, what would your occupation be? So back, we're talking 1500s, 1400s, 1300s.
I would invent the surfboard.
You,
And then I would teach people how to surf and then turn that into a business where I made my own surfboards.
yeah, I think about that more often than I should. The idea of like, what if I was somehow transported back in time and just like plopped in, and it's everything. Like I think about like the Revolutionary War. If I was just like put there,
Shit, what would I do?
you know, what information do I have that I would be able to like give to them to make the war go faster and end sooner? Because like, hey, you know, no, I knew the British were coming before Paul Revere. So like, you,
It's like you already knew this shit. It's like,
I
just wait till
already
you see
knew this
Cybertrucks,
happening.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, or just like, you know, even thinking about things like cooking back then and stuff. I think about this a lot lately. The idea that what we're enjoying now from a culinary and from a beer standpoint, like we like to romanticize about German beer, right? And just like, oh, this rich history and how great it is, and that's the best place in the world to drink beer, and like that is, but there's some truth to that today for sure. But if we really rewind back and like we're celebrating these breweries, like there's one in Germany that's been open since 1090,
That's
the year
insane.
1090, right? So it's been open almost 1,000 years, and I gotta think that what we're drinking and what we're tasting today has to be be than
yeah,
what
for
was
sure.
being brewed.
Oh yeah, we have
100 years
microscopes and
ago.
shit like science. There, it was just
Like we
throw
were
the lid on it and fucking cross your fingers.
I think part of the craft beer revolution really is that like let's even go back only like 70 years and you think about you know, the invention of cold storage and ice, you know, post Prohibition, right? So Prohibition ends in I think 1933.
Oh yeah, the ice game probably took a huge hit during
So
that shit.
all of a sudden, breweries in America are coming back in 1933 and everything, and like we romanticize about these 50s beer ads and stuff, you know. They're all you know the ads. They're all really misogynistic, and it's all about how the wife brings the guy the beer at the end of a long work day and blah blah blah,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So you have these beer ads and everything, the Schlitz, you know, the best since 1941, you know, and you're just like, I bet you that beer was mostly garbage. I bet you it wasn't really that good.
Wouldn't that be awesome if we could have that Bill and Ted's Time Machine, the one that's like fucked up and has the gum holding it together, like after it went through some shit? It would have to be that one, not the original one, because that one's, you got to have a little fear in you to really have an adventure.
I mean, just thinking about...
And go back and be like, I'm going to go to Germany in 1796 and see what this shit's about, dude. Like how, I mean, wow. Can you imagine having that? Okay,
right.
now
I would love to, you know, be able to experience that beer then. Like the closest we've gotten to it is there are some like recipes that were logged and written down back then that now we're doing on modern equipment. Like, and that's a cool thing. That's unique.
It's
that's
taken
different.
to the next level, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, perfecting those recipes, you know.
Right. Yeah, but we're still perfecting it, you know? Like, I had a beer, I remember going to, like, this historical beer event kind of thing where somebody had recreated, like, we recreated one of George Washington's beer recipes from a recipe that was found in one of his diaries or something, and I'm just like...
Probably didn't turn out that good.
Did you, though?
They were probably using bread. They were probably using like bread yeast or some shit.
Right. It was probably either bread yeast or it was just inoculated from whatever
Freaking
Fonta Flora
water
was
from
in
the
the
river
air.
right there.
Oh yeah, dude, it's just freaking micro
Bucket.
Cambrielize or whatever the fuck you call those things.
Yeah.
Floating around in it.
It
You kill
could-
them when you boil it, though.
It
It's
couldn't
fine.
have been that great. And that's all of that's not even to speak of just like, look at the hop innovation in the last 5 years. What we're tasting in hops and everything now is we didn't have this 10 years ago. Like we can look back ourselves and go, did you really like IPA in 2010, or did you really just want to grow a mustache and live in Portland and say that you liked IPA in 2010? Thanks.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Right? Because now, like, IPA back then was so aggressive. It was so bitter. It was all Cascade, Chinook, Centennial. And now, like, you put a beer in front of me with, like, Motueka, Rawaka, Nelson, Cryo. The whole idea of Cryo didn't exist then. You know, the whole idea of dry hopping didn't really... It wasn't really a thing then. It was all on the hot side, which is why everything was so bitter. Sorry. All of that from this question about what we would have done as a medieval person.
I
We've
freaking
really
love it. I mean-
gone
Well,
deep.
yeah, and I guess I wouldn't have known surfing existed, and then you'd have to make it out of wood, and that would take forever.
That would
Like
take
it would
a
have
long
to
time
be all
make
by
an
hand.
actual-
So probably I would probably just make pots or some shit. Like you could.
What are you doing for a living in 1400s LD?
Just crocheting, bitchin' ass baskets or something.
Probably, yeah, probably.
Baskets.
I can't imagine you wouldn't be
Wait,
making
that's not
food.
crocheting. That's weaving. You're weaving. You're weaving bitchin' ass baskets.
Yeah, probably.
That's what LD is going to be doing. Back in 1287.
1287. I don't know, man.
It's just the dopest woven baskets ever.
Yeah, open a little food truck up there on those times. A little.
You still be doing some
Yeah.
street food.
I probably
still doing some
yeah.
street food.
Oh, dude, he'd invent something pretty rad.
I was eating with freaking horses back in those
Yeah.
days.
Probably not doing street food in a LA Dodgers jersey, but still doing street food.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Street food is awesome. Think about it. Think about street food.
It is really good.
And that's one thing. If we go back to Sayulita really quick, or San Pancho, or all of Mexico, it's like, fuck, dude. Sayulita, too. It was like the restaurants would kind of close down at like 9 o'clock, and then the street food exploded.
Yeah.
And it would just, in parking spots, people would just set up a propane tank and a table, and it was al pastor like crazy. Sorry, what did you call the thing?
Trompo. The trompo, yeah.
Those were everywhere. And the street food was so fucking incredible. And there was one like every block. And I've got to try one from every place. But you could just get one taco because here you go, you know? And they were all just as good as the others. And they would just serve, you know, the stack until it was gone. And like, I mean, it would be like a table like that. It was like a very small situation, and then like a little, you know, a bar with like radish and cilantro and I don't know, pico or something.
By that time that he's talking about he got that taco, dude, it was already the margarita number 7, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that was.
I love margaritas. I think it's the perfect cocktail, and I love making them. And I don't know, but yeah, probably. And so yeah, it just satisfies the amazing thing. But yeah, the street food was absolutely insane. And it was every station would have like a couple of dogs underneath it, like catching the everything that hit the floor. So there was a lot of these feral like street dogs, and they were all fucking healthy, like all of them. It was
they
crazy.
Ate well.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
nice.
It was this nice circle of life. It was just eat, get paid. Street dogs get their food. It was just like this
beautiful,
bumpy circle.
Beautiful.
But it fucking worked. It was like a bubble flying through the wind that was like, yee.
But we got one more little game we want to play to put a bow on all of this, wrap this all up. We're going to play a little game. We're going to have a draft.
What's on draft?
Oh, fun.
So, just like a fantasy football draft, this is how this works.
Ooh, okay. This is great.
Mike, you're going to have the first overall pick of the draft.
My God.
LD, you'll have pick number 2. I'll have pick number 3.
All right.
This is a snake draft, so when it gets to pick number 3, I'll get to pick again for the second round. The 4th pick will be the first pick of the second round. Then it'll go back to LD, and then Mike, you'll get the last pick of the second round and the first pick of the third round. Okay,
no, I'm fucking
make sense?
confused.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, sure.
Okay, so here's what this is. So you can't take somebody else's pick, of course, right? Once somebody's picked something, that can't be picked from that point forward. We're each going to pick 3 things, and you cannot pick one of those 3 things again going forward. Okay, the pairing is we want to know what we're drafting here is the best taco, beer, and place pairing that you've ever had or that you want to have. So at the end of this, what you should have is your top 3 tacos, your top 3 beers that you want to pair with those tacos, and the top 3 places you love to have a taco. So, Mike, you're up first with the first overall pick. You get to pick the best place, the best beer, and the best taco.
All right, we got it. I've got it already. This was an experience that like changed. This literally changed the way I viewed it, shit, and really like figured out like Anthony Bourdain was fucking right, dude. This was in Sayulita, and it was Tacos Toños. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. But anyway, it was Suadero.
Sudadero.
Suadero. Yeah. What is it, like a beef rib or something? What is it?
Yeah, it's this side of the cow next to the brisket.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of tough meat.
Dude, it's amazing shit. Oh, my God.
So you put it on to the grill or to the fat, to cook in the fat for a really long time.
Okay. Yeah, because it was like in a broth.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. It's all oil and fat. But yeah, I mean, they're really good tacos.
Holy shit. But yeah, Tacos Toños, it was one of those things where I got to Sayulita and I was talking to my neighbor because she's from there. And he was just like, I was like, hey man, what's your favorite tacos in town? He goes, Tacos Toños. Tacos Toños. And he was like, hands down. I was like, where is it? And he told me where it was. So I get in our golf cart. That's what our transportation was that week, and I go looking for it, and I can't find it. I'm like, there's no restaurant here. This is just like storage units. Like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, lunchtime. So I ran into him the next day. I was like, I couldn't find the place. And he was like, oh, you were in the right place. Well, they only open for dinner. I was like, oh, shit, okay. So the next day we went back, got there, and it was literally like a storage-looking unit, and it had the garage door open, and they had just a makeshift little taqueria. And I had a warm Negra Modelo from their fridge. It was straight up room temperature, and I had those tacos. That is my number one pick, and that was the, not the best, but my favorite food experience I've ever had.
Okay. So
that's number one.
Sayulita Tacos Toños, a suadero taco with warm Negro Modelo.
Yeah, it was pretty much room temperature.
Okay. Eldy, you got the second
Jesus.
pick. Your best
So
taco, place, and beer you'd put with it.
it was not a, well, it was a restaurant. We call them platanitos.
I think I answered that kinda wrong.
Platanitos is like 10 minutes from my hometown. So that's one of those places that you go, is DJ going on, a lot of food, a lot of restaurants. There was a big party the night before in my hometown. I was fucked up. So next day you go to those restaurants and try the kheer. So we do this, it's another staple dish that we do in Nayarit, and we know about that dish, which is pescado zarandeado. So pescado zarandeado means it's like grilled fish into the open fire kind of thing, but it has a lot of ingredients on top. It's one of the best. So in Mexico, when you order, I mean, beers in Mexico is really traditional. It's like you have Corona, Modelo, Pacifico, and that was the one. So you order a little bucket,
buddy,
for
the
your
bucket.
table. So it's like, I don't know, 6, 8, 10, but it's those little guys. The
Okay.
little, what do you call those? It's a little skinny
Yeah,
bottles.
a baguette. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 sips and it's gone.
Yeah.
So you order one of those, one pescado zarandeado. So pescado zarandeado, you got your tortilla, make your own taco. It's fish, grilled fish, pico de gallo, guacamole, salsa, next to the beach with a cold Pacifico
Yeah, buddy.
out of the freaking little bucket full of ice.
And the bottle's just sweating.
And the butter, yeah, sweet. Beautiful weather up there, but you're fucked up for the night before. That's like
All right.
the best.
All right.
So I did my draft wrong because you were like tacos. So I did the whole one place at once. So
That's fine. No, that is right. That's right. You did it right.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm going to take that as my first pick, and I'm going to win the championship.
Yeah,
so.
that's your first pick. Yeah. Your next pick, you're going to do all three
Championship.
again. It's going to be all three, but a different place, different taco, different beer, right?
Okay, it doesn't
and
have to
and
be
it
like-
doesn't even have to be one you've had before. It could be like, this is what I dream of. This could
Okay.
be a place I want to have a taco.
Yeah,
or-
and
All right.
yeah.
for me, that was the best.
Yeah.
I was recovering. That
I was recovering.
was the best.
Elixir, dude. That's I get it.
So since both of you had personal experiences with your first round, I'll keep that going with the first round. I won't go hypothetical yet. I'll say that when I think back to like just a good taco memory, it was Puerto Vallarta. It was carne asada tacos from just this little hole in the wall on the beach. Literally, like I went inside to use the bathroom in this place, and there was a full-grown pelican in the hallway for the bathroom that I had to like navigate around a pelican.
like it was like alive and shit. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't stuffed or anything.
no,
All right.
No,
like,
they-
it was a live pelican.
They don't give a crap.
Yeah, and then
You have
yep,
to be
there's
around
everywhere.
them.
And then when we went back out to the beach, I'm on the beach, and this was my first introduction to this beer too. We had a number of Mexican beers already. We'd had Pacifico, Corona, Modelo, Modelo Negra. We had all of those. I had never heard of Indio, and I had an
Yeah,
Indio
Indio is more
lager.
into the center or south of Mexico.
So yeah, I hadn't had
so
an
it's-
Indio lager,
yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." It had like an Aztec looking native
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
guy
Yeah,
on it,
Indio, yeah.
and it was like 20 pesos, so like $2.
$2, $1.75,
Yeah.
$1.50.
So mine is that the beach in Puerto Vallarta, little hole in the wall place, that carne asada taco, and that Indio lager, that did it for me.
The Pelican, it was a Pelican, right?
There was a Pelican.
Did you
yeah.
touch it? Like,
No.
okay.
No, I really did not want to upset it. It's
just careful with those. They eat all the chihuahuas.
Yeah, and even when we were out on the beach, like eating and stuff, there was just like a table under a tent on the beach, and they're just walking right up and just like walking right by
Don't
us.
make eye contact.
Yeah, yeah. It was, it's a little freaky. So that is my experiential one. I'll go a little bit more. I don't know. This will be like an imaginary one.
Jeez.
Honestly, I want the Mayfair surf and turf taco.
Ooh.
That's the taco that I want to have. I want to have it. Like on a secluded beach, alone. My wife can come. Nobody else.
Would you share it on Instagram at least?
You're like alone and you show up.
You got to throw
yeah.
that on Instagram
They're
stories.
like, Michael.
Yeah. So just chilling on the beach. A Mayfair surf and turf taco from El Viejon somehow, some way. I don't know how that taco's getting there because, sorry, Eldy, you're not there.
I'll be there.
He'll be there in spirit, like a dead Jedi Knight.
I'll be behind scenes.
Yeah, you'll just be there like a ghost Jedi.
Yeah, dude, just behind you, just LD's floating around. That'd be awesome.
And then the beer that I would drink with that, it's just a beer that just makes me happy when I have it. It's one of my favorite beers in the world. It'd be a 5440 Kolsch. It's just got a little bit of fruitiness at the end there, and just like that would be the perfect day with the perfect beer, my favorite taco, and my favorite place. Of course, with my favorite person too. Yeah, that would be my next pick, and that is total hypothetical kind of stuff. So it's back to you, LD. Taco, place, and beer you'd pair it with.
So beer, I'm going to go with that logo right there. Which one is the name of the beer? You remember when that
the
first
Ribbit
came
Robot?
out? Yeah. When that first came
one
out.
right here? Okay.
You remember was Tom the brewery?
Yep.
That beer was killer.
Okay.
So I think that can be my beer. That was phenomenal. The smell and everything, that was really good. And a taco, Jesus. I think I go with my Mahi Mahi taco with that beer because I think they pair it really, really well. That was fresh. It was heavy, but that was like the smell and the freshness of that freaking beer was beautiful. And because the taco, that's fresh, is a fresh fish and has all the ingredients on it. I think they pair really well. Where? Jesus. I go to my hometown.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I think I miss a little hometown.
Right. Oh yeah.
Right on the beach. And remember when I was a kid, running around the beach.
That's awesome.
That's it. I
There
think
you go.
that's like the perfect thing for me.
All right.
Right on
Mike,
the
you
beach.
got 2 tacos,
All
2
right.
beers,
Well-
in 2 places.
I will do a homemade fish taco,
right.
Oregon rockfish. Make my own homemade pico de gallo with serrano peppers.
Follow Mike on Instagram for more recipes, by the way.
Yeah, sometimes I have a little thing called.
I do follow this guy, and I freaking enjoy it.
I'll do a
Everything he
thing.
does.
I'll just do randomly after I've had some beers and I'm cooking dinner for me and my wife, and I'll just call it cooking some shit, and I'll just put shit together and cook it.
And by the way, stay tuned because
yeah.
we're gonna be one of those videos.
Dude, hell yeah.
We actually talk about it. Hey, let's freaking
Let's
cook
do it,
together,
man.
dude. Let's
We gotta
have
do
fun.
it. We
So
gotta do
you're
it.
probably gonna see one of those videos. We're
Yeah,
all
just,
gonna be.
I don't know. I'm self-taught, but yeah, I would just do So
Oregon Rockfish. What's the beer?
It's going to be the Wayfinder Laser Temple Pilsner.
Okay.
That beer is absolutely phenomenally, stupidly awesome, and I would wear it as a hat.
And where are you making this at? Where are you at?
This is going to be on the shores of Lake Merwin, just an hour north of here, in July during a sunset when it's still 80 degrees.
All right.
Championship.
All right, you got another.
I got another one?
Another
Oh,
pick.
dude, yeah,
That was
this
the
is
end
the
of the second
championship.
round. Now you got the first pick of the last round.
You know, I guess I'm just going to make shit up. I don't know. Let's just say I'm in San Miguel, Mexico, a place I've never been that I kind of want to go to.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
And just wander the streets until I find a place that has a taco with some, it's all in Spanish, and I don't know what it is, and I order that. And then whatever sweaty-ass beer that comes out of the bucket from that place, at that place.
Probably a Corona. Probably.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Chances are.
But at that place, so it's going to be there, and there with those three things.
Okay. Eldy,
Yeah.
Eldy, you got one more.
Oh, Jesus. One more taco. I think I go with my mom famous carne asada taco. Ooh. So I became a taco guy because her. I was helping her when I was 7, 8
Your
years
carne
old.
asada is amazing, dude.
Yeah,
That's
so
my
mom
go-to.
is freaking better. And I pick El Viejon beer, carne asada taco.
Yeah.
And
El Viejon Mexican Lager,
El Viejon Mexican lager.
which will actually be released next week. By the way.
I know. Stay tuned. It's coming.
Nice,
Is this
nice
going to
plug
be?
there.
What kind of lager is it? Is it going to be like a light, or is it going to be like a Negro Modelo?
It's a Negro Modelo.
Nice.
It's a Negro Modelo, yeah.
Beautiful.
Lighter.
I love
Just
it.
Freaking
It's
good.
rad.
And again, the carne asada taco. One of my things, I want to go to Mexico City.
Okay.
Mexico City to explore, like the street food.
Dude, that place is huge.
And the real one, pastor tacos. I mean,
That's where it originated, right?
they actually, they come from Mexico City. Mexico City is one of those, Al pastor taco is from Mexico City.
That's what I thought.
Those are the ones, yeah. So me and my daughter, Evelyn, we always trying to, get a trip up there, go all the way to Mexico City, get some tacos just from the street. Mm-hmm. It has so many good stuff in Mexico City. And right now, I think they have the best taco or the Michelin star
Oh yeah.
taco,
in Mexico City?
As a first time. Really simple, freaking beautiful. So I think, Mexico City, just freaking eat tacos all over that place. They have the best, especially the street tacos,
Okay.
They not even have tables. You just like
Yeah,
stand
you just stand and eat it, dude.
order 3, killing it, get another 3.
And that's what I really liked about the street food. I mean, it's just street food in general. It's just you just order it and you just eat it. And juices are running down your arm, and you fucking got to find a bathroom somewhere, and hopefully no one catches you to do a bird bath in because you're fucking all juiced up. That is like that is like the best part about street food, in my opinion. It's like you're just messy afterwards. Your hands are greasy. Like it's a straight up experience. And so,
especially like midnight
yeah, dude. Yeah, after
or 1 o'clock.
yeah,
They're the best freaking tacos ever.
yep. It just hits different when the sun goes down.
Late
and-
night sober up tacos.
Yeah, and you're just and it's a midnight and it's still 83 degrees outside and you're just kind of sweaty still and it's just there's nothing better. And is that my wife is always like, let's travel. Like I want to go to the Maldives and like, can we just go to Mexico again, dude? And she's just like, okay. I'm like, yeah, dude, right on. She's got a little of that in her. I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm gonna live in Mexico someday. I swear to God. And I'm not gonna come back. I'm gonna change my name. I'm gonna sell all my shit. I'm gonna buy 4 surfboards for 4 different fucking
And his
not
name
seasons,
is gonna,
but just whatever wave. I don't know. I can't think of words right now.
your name is gonna be Panchito for now on.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Pancho.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, right. Pancho Villa right there.
It kind of sounds similar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love this guy.
Pancho Villa.
Pancho Villa is a fucking badass. Anyway,
Okay. I'll wrap things up here real quick. I'm gonna get an El Gobernador taco.
Oh, yeah.
Nice one.
We mentioned that earlier. That stuff is just.
That's my wife's favorite taco from your truck, dude. Is that one?
Hey, you carnitas.
Okay. And I love the
the
carnitas.
carnitas.
Dude, just a big glob of guac on there. Oh yeah, just fucking put it.
I'm gonna get El Gobernador taco. I'm gonna drink a.
So what time is this food truck close? Because we need tacos, man.
We will go get tacos right
Yeah,
after this.
I
Yes.
hope
I'm
the
gonna
owner goes early.
drink a Freem Pilsner with it.
Ooh.
Just a top class crushable Pilsner, super delicious. And I'm gonna have that. Where would I enjoy that most? I'm gonna say that one. That one's also. Gosh, I can't help but want to go someplace sunny.
Sunny
To
places,
drink,
the
to
happy
drink
places.
Pilsner, and yeah, that's just the happy places, man. But yeah, I think I'll do that like on a beach in Kauai. That would be a nice quiet island. That
With like the Jurassic Park looking mountains behind you.
Yes.
Because was that where it was filmed? Kauai.
yeah, isn't that? Yeah,
See,
it
you
is.
see the
yes,
mountains,
it
the
is,
freaking
exactly.
volcanoes explode.
Yeah, it's all yeah, dude. Just like pterodactyls and shit.
All right,
Just fucking-
so what we ended up with here, everybody, on the draft here, Mike is doing a Sayulita Suadero tacos
Sudadero.
from
Okay, good to know.
Tonio's Tacos,
Because I'm gonna be there in fucking October.
and a warm Negro Modelo. He's also going to be having a homemade rockfish tacos with Wayfinder's Laser Temple Pilsner on Lake Merwin on a perfect day in July.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be in San Miguel eating whatever street taco he comes across with whatever sweaty beer is in the bucket.
Yeah.
And Eldy is at a party in his hometown. Sorry, not hometown. No, it was you said
Platanitos.
Plataritos.
And this is when you're
So
recovering.
it's another town, like 5 minutes
This
from
is
there.
after the party, and it's a pescados.
Sarandeado.
Okay, whatever
That's
you just
pretty
said.
cool.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
That's
I
gonna
couldn't
be my
pick it up.
special next week.
Okay, all right, I'll look
Never
for
mind.
I'll be on your Instagram.
it. And that's with a bucket of Pacificos.
Pacifico, yeah, really cool,
yeah.
freaking.
And then he's doing a ribbit robot with mahi mahi tacos in his hometown of Maharit. And then he's doing his mom's carne asada taco with El Viejon Mexican lager in Mexico City with Evelyn. Take Evelyn.
I think so, yeah, exploding. More
Yeah.
tacos up there.
And I'm doing a carne asada taco with an Indio lager in Puerto Vallarta. I'm on a secluded beach with the Mayfair Surf and Turf taco and 5440 Kolsch. And I'm doing an El Gobernador taco with Freem Pilsner on the island of Kauai. That is all the taco beer pairing talk we could possibly squeeze into this episode. That's it. That was Overthinkr.